My name is Jean Gannon-Smith. I'm a school psychologist and professional services manager with Rethink Ed. The COVID-19 pandemic has been a source of social-emotional stress for many. In addition to the stress of grief and loss, or financial strain, or being overloaded with work and family responsibilities, unfortunately, many of us add to our own stress levels through negative thinking and hurtful self-talk. For some reason, we expect ourselves to be able to handle our full-time jobs and our teaching responsibilities for our children without a hitch, when the truth is both are full-time jobs, and it is just not possible to be successful at both every single day. With the announcement that schools will remain closed throughout the end of the school year, let's talk about self-compassion and how it can help us get through this difficult time. Self-compassion is an intentional practice of bringing kindness, appreciation, and gratitude to ourselves. It involves treating yourself with the same kindness, care, and support you would show to someone who's important in your life. So, why self-compassion? Let's look at the video from our professional learning series on self-compassion led by Dr. Joshua Hendrickson, founder of the Project Presence model for integrative mental health and social-emotional learning.
Challenges of everyday living or significant events in our lives may bring on feelings of inadequacy or disappointment. The practice of self-compassion can provide us with a way to respond to our struggles with kindness rather than judgment, while at the same time assist us in remembering that struggles are part of the shared human experience. The practice of self-compassion is known to reduce the frequency of self-criticism and intrusive thoughts that keep us stuck in an unhelpful mindset. At a physiological level, the practice of self-compassion is thought to deactivate the stress response, while simultaneously activating the relaxation response. Research has shown that even a brief practice of self-compassion can lower the stress hormone cortisol.
Now let's look at some strategies for fostering self-compassion, presented in our 11th grade student video by a student from the New York City Urban Assembly.
The next time you find yourself being hard on yourself, step outside of yourself and look at yourself through the eyes of a compassionate friend. Think about what a loving family member or friend would say to you, or what you would say to someone going through a hard time. Self-compassion is about being kind and loving to yourself, understanding that everyone goes through hard times and everyone falls short at times. And when you do fall short, forgive yourself. We all make mistakes. And sure, it's important to grow and learn from our mistakes, but it's impossible to grow and learn if you're wallowing in the past. Move on. Accept that you did the best you could at the time. And finally, be kind to yourself. Seriously, we've all been taught if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. And that bullying is not nice. So why do we allow ourselves to talk so quickly to ourselves? Loving yourself and showing yourself self-compassion involves loving yourself as you are, not in spite of who you are. We are all amazing humans here on this earth at this time for a unique purpose. And we're all flawed. Accept it, believe it, and maybe even enjoy it. Because when you do, you'll be taking care of you. And that can only help to make things a little bit brighter.
Meditation is another effective way of practicing self-compassion. If you've never meditated, consider starting with the loving kindness meditation presented by Dr. Hendrickson.
One practice that has the potential to increase our self-compassion is called loving kindness meditation. It is a practice where we bring intentional thoughts of loving kindness toward ourselves. The practice is easy and can be done in a short period of time. Find a place where you can sit with comfort and close your eyes. Visualize a loving heart in the background of your mind and give yourself time to take some deep breaths while saying the following statements to yourself. May I be safe from inner and outer harm. May I be happy and at ease. May I be healthy and strong. May I be peaceful with whatever is happening. Please allow yourself to take 3 to 5 breaths per statement, allowing the words to resonate with you as you continue to breathe in and out.
Lastly, let's review a very simple self-compassion practice. It's called the SelfCompassion Journal. This particular format is from Dr. Kristen Neff's book called SelfCompassion: The Proven Power of Being Kind to Yourself. Journal about the events in your day. For any situation that caused you stress, identify your self-statements and what feelings you experienced. Then process any negative self-statement in the following 3 lenses of self-compassion. The first lens is mindfulness. Bring awareness to the painful emotions that arose due to your self-judgment or difficult circumstances. Write about those feelings. Remember to be accepting and non-judgmental of your experience. For example, I got upset because I didn't have the time that I needed to give to my daughter. I felt sad for both of us. Or, I didn't have the patience that I needed to work with her. I felt ashamed. The second lens is called common humanity. Identify the ways in which your experience is connected to the larger human experience, such as acknowledging that imperfections are part of being human. Everyone has times where they feel impatient. It's not a reflection of me as a person or my parenting. You might also want to think about the various causes and circumstances underlying the painful event. My frustration was made worse by my workload and being responsible for teaching academic curriculum to my children. If the circumstances had been different, I might have remained calm. The third lens is self-kindness. Write yourself some kind and understanding words of comfort. Reassure yourself. It's okay, you messed up, but it wasn't the end of the world. I'm a wonderful mom and a valued team member at work. I will get through this even stronger than I was before. I hope you've enjoyed learning about how you can treat yourself with compassion. Best wishes for health, safety, and self-compassion during these challenging times.